In the bustling heart of Singapore, where HDB blocks towered like concrete giants and the humid air buzzed with the chatter of kopitiams, lived 14-year-old Mei Ling. She was a quiet girl with wide eyes that soaked in the world like a sponge, but her heart felt heavy, weighed down by the cracks in her family. Her father, Ah Wei, worked long hours at the shipyard, coming home smelling of oil and exhaustion. Her mother, Su Lan, juggled 2 jobs as a hawker stall assistant and cleaner, her voice sharp from endless worries about bills and PSLE exams. Mei Ling's older brother, Jun Kai, had buried himself in his polytechnic studies, barely glancing up from his laptop. Dinners were silent affairs, interrupted only by the clink of chopsticks or the distant roar of MRT trains. At school in Jurong, Mei Ling faded into the background. Her grades hovered in the middle, earning scolds from teachers who preached about Kiasu spirit. Classmates whispered about her faded uniform and the way she doodled orchids in her notebooks instead of paying attention. One girl, Priya, led the taunts, calling her blur sotong for her daydreaming. Mei Ling's only escape was the rooftop garden at school, where she'd watch butterflies dance among the frangipani trees, wishing she could flutter away too. One rainy afternoon, as thunder grumbled over the skyline, Mei Ling sought shelter in the void deck of her block. There she met Auntie Rosalind, an elderly Peranakan lady in her 70s, sitting on a stone bench with a sketchbook. Auntie Roz, as she insisted on being called, had lived in the same HDB for decades. Her hands, wrinkled like old banana leaves, moved gracefully over the paper, capturing the rain-slicked orchids in the community garden. "Hey girl, why you look so xian?" Auntie Roz asked, her Singlish warm like kaya toast. Mei Ling hesitated, then poured out her troubles. The fights at home, the loneliness at school, the pressure to be perfect in a city that never slowed down. Auntie Roz listened without judgment, her eyes twinkling. "Life, like Orchid, fragile but resilient. Need time to bloom." She invited Mei Ling to join her weekly sketching sessions, teaching her to see beauty in the ordinary, the curve of a raindrop on a leaf, the glow of lanterns during Mid-Autumn Festival, the kindness in a stranger's smile. As weeks passed, Mei Ling's sketches improved. She drew her family, Ah Wei's tired but loving grin, Su Lan's strong hands kneading dough, Jun Kai's hidden softness when he fixed her bicycle. But tension brewed at home. One night, a fierce argument erupted. Ah Wei lost overtime pay. Su Lan snapped about endless sacrifices. Mei Ling fled to the rooftop, tears mixing with the night haze. There, she found Jun Kai smoking a cigarette, his face etched with worry. For the first time, they talked. He confessed his fears of failing Polly, of disappointing the family. Mei Ling shared her drawings, and in that vulnerable moment, they hugged, promising to support each other. Inspired, Mei Ling organized a small art show in the void deck with Auntie Rose's help. She invited her family, and even Priya, who surprisingly showed up. As neighbors admired the orchids blooming on paper, Ah Wei and Su Lan held hands, remembering their own youthful dreams. Priya apologized, admitting her own insecurities. Auntie Roz beamed, whispering to Mei Ling, "See? Small seeds grow big trees." Mei Ling felt a warmth spread through her, like sunlight after rain. She wasn't alone. In Singapore's crowded chaos, connections waited like hidden orchids, ready to bloom with a little care.